So it looks like Logitech is coming out with a new handheld game console, and that's supposed to come out sometime, I guess, within the next year or so. And I guess it's a game console that's going to provide players an opportunity to stream video games from multiple apps, including Xbox, Google Play, Nvidia GeForce Now, and Steam. And I do feel that this is something that could be a threat to Nintendo Switch, only because players have or they will have more options in terms of what games they'd want to play. Nintendo Switch is already established, and I believe it's one of the best-selling game consoles that Nintendo has put out since the Wii console, which came out back in 2006. So I doubt this upcoming handheld game console is going to reach the numbers of Nintendo Switch in terms of sales, but it's definitely something that people will turn to as an alternative if they want to play like third-party games and all that stuff. And I do feel that streaming and cloud gaming and all that stuff is the future, because at some point, game cartridges and CDs and all that stuff, they're eventually going to be obsolete. People are going to stop buying them because big video game companies and corporations are more focused on doing things digitally because it's more convenient and all that. So I do feel that Logitech's new handheld console is definitely going to be a game changer. I don't think it's going to pose a major threat to Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo, but it's definitely going to make things more interesting. And the downside to all that is the fact that you have companies like Microsoft and Sony. They're basically just they're buying out third-party video game developers. So if they're allowed to continue doing what they're doing, that could be bad for Logitech. And I feel like that was one of the reasons why the Google Stadia ended up like flopping for the most part, because the Google Stadia highly relied on third-party games. And if corporations like Sony and Microsoft keep buying out third-party developers, then there's really going to be really nothing left for the most part in terms of intrigue and interest in relation to third-party video games. So we'll just see what happens. But as far as the price for the Logitech G is concerned, we have no idea what the price is going to be. And from what I read, the game is basically the game console is still in early development. It's still like in the developmental process, and it's expected to come out sometime, I guess, within a year. And we have no idea what the price is going to be. Nintendo Switch is like $299, and I could picture it being around the same price or maybe $100 more, but it can't be anything too expensive. Otherwise, people are just gonna pass on it, because a lot of people would rather buy like a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X to play first-party games on specific consoles, because they have video game series that's been running for like years and all that stuff. And because of that, both like Sony and Microsoft have their fan bases mainly because of certain video game series. And if Logitech G is going to be something where, I guess, it's going to have nothing but third-party like video games and all that stuff from other like gaming apps, then honestly, it's very possible that the Logitech G could end up flopping or failing or what have you. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens within the next year or so.